So here I want to showcase all of the illusions that you can have in the game. Armor illusions and weapon illusions. Each of them go in your appearance slots just here, and they add different effects to your armor and to your weapons. And I should have every single one of them here. Many thanks to JC for sending me most of them, and I also went and compiled this list. Keep in mind of the time I'm making this video, and if I miss any, make sure to let me know, but I don't think so. So I will first showcase all of the armor illusions, and then we'll do the weapons. Now they might look slightly different depending on the actual armor your character uses. So I'll just showcase it like right here. This is the Barkshield illusion. This was quite a common enchantment back in the day, so it's probably not that rare. And if we go and mount up, you can see what it looks like on, say, the Zodar armor. It scales in size, and that's ultimately it. Then we go to the Bloodtheft illusion. This will cover your armor in a blood visage. It does seem to sometimes strengthen and then kind of weakens. I guess I would prefer it to always be in this strengthened state, but then it fades and it's like this kind of red mist surrounding you. With the Zodar armor, it will also cover it fully like so. Then you have the Briartwine armor illusion. So yeah, I just have a bunch of roots, spikes, and vines poking out of you. A bit creepy if I'm honest. And then with the Zodar mount, you'll see it also looks the same just there. Then we go to the Eclipse illusion, and this one is pretty faint to see. You won't really notice it unless you unequip it and re-equip it. It basically gives your armor a slight shimmering outline. You can see that's what it's like there, and if I remove it, you can see what's missing. You can see it on the Zodar armor just here as well, just that faint shimmering outline. Then we jump to the Elvenbattle illusion. This will give you like some shimmering armor just there. It will fade in and out a little bit as well, but it also has the cool effect of when you run around, it gives you a bit of a trail. Same effect but bigger on, say, the Zodar armor, and you still get that trail effect. Then we move to the Fireburst illusion. You're basically set on fire here. Your armor will just let out bursts of flame, and then with the Zodar armor, it's the same just here. We move to the Flower Barkshield illusion, and you become surrounded in just some stationary flowers. You do end up with some that float around you as well, and it will fade in and out. When you do run around, you do let off a bunch of petals. You can see it here with the Zodar armor as well. Then we go to the Frostburn illusion, and this will cover your armor in shards of ice. Also have some of them sticking out of you like that. And if you do run around, you have a little bit of a trail effect there as well. On the Zodar armor, you can see it very prominent just there, with also then the misty trail effect when you move around. Then we go to the Glorious illusion, but it will just have an outward shining effect from your center, not necessarily dependent on what armor you have whatsoever. You see that also here on the Zodar armor. Then we go to the Loamweave illusion. This gives you this emerald gem, which will fade in and then grow these vines and leaves around you. You can see it as so. It will fade in and out, and you do get this trail effect of leaving grass on the ground with some flowers every now and again. On the Zodar armor, it looks like so. Actually pretty cool. Next, we go to the Negation illusion. This is the visual effect it gives your armor, so all glowing white in certain parts, and also have these shields surrounding you which will rotate. You do have some particle effect when you run around, leaving a little misty trail. With the Zodar armor, it will look like this. Next is the Thunderhead illusion. You'll get covered in lightning like so. It's pretty neat, shimmering over your armor. And you see that also then with the Zodar armor like so. Then we have the Shadowclad illusion. You'll get this purple mist, and occasionally these spikes will come out of you, and then they'll fade away again. You see that here on the Zodar armor as well. You'll get the spikes, and then they'll disappear. Next up is the Shining Barkshield illusion. one of my favorite. It just gives you that shimmer on your armor, and you'll also get some stars which will fade in and out surrounding you. You will leave some stars behind as you move around, and you can see it there on the Zodar armor as well. Just, yep. Really cool with how it just gives that kind of metallic sheen to everything. Finally, this Soulforged illusion. This will cover you a lot in darkness. It does have like a fade out and fade in effect that is kind of just a flash. We'll wait and see that here. There you go. When you do run around, it kind of mists off you a little bit. And you see its effect here on the Zodar armor as well. Very, very dark. It'll depend on the lighting how well you can see it. But ultimately, that is the entirety of the armor illusions that you can obtain currently in the game, as per this list as well. So next up, we will go to all of the weapon illusions. There are like 3 more of them than the armor ones. Now, you probably want to see all of these illusions on all of the different classes, but that would take forever. So I'm only going to showcase them on Paladin and Barbarian. You should get a general gist of what it will look like. So first up is the Bilethorn illusion. You can see it will cover your weapon in that green shimmer, and when you attack, you will also get this particle effect. It can depend on what attacks you use though. And on the Barbarian, we see it looking like so. Then we go to the Brilliant Energy illusion. We can see its effect here as well, and that's it covering the entire weapon, and it also has the attack particle effect like so as well. With again, Barbarian looking just like this. Then we go to the Bronzewood illusion. You can see how that covers your weapon. It will also let off these leaves and sometimes these butterflies, and it does have an attack effect like this as well, giving off, yes, a lot of those butterflies. Once again, on Barbarian, you'll see it like so. Next up is the Butterfly Bilethorn illusion. You can see it will give your weapon that shimmer, which will kind of be a multicolor effect, just fading between multiple different colors. It also gives off these butterflies just when you're standing around, and also when you attack, you get a bit of a mist effect depending on what color your weapon is wreathed in. So you can see all of the colors, it's alternating between there, even going to orange, yellow, and then it's going to go back to the greens and blues, so on. The butterflies will match also the current color of the weapon. Would be really cool to get some of them just permanently of a certain color that you like best. And for Barbarian, you'll see it just like this. Again, still alternating between different colors. So it will vary depending on what phase it's in. Here you get some reds, fading through to the greens, the blues, getting that lovely teal, and it just continually cycles, letting off those butterflies which match the color that the weapon was in. However, changing the weapon to black instead of what we had it at white, you can see the colors are a bit more faint, but maybe they look a bit better to you there. It's not so washed out. Next up is the Divine Vorpal illusion. So this just gives your entire weapon that kind of teal shimmer, and when you attack you do get some visual effects with it as well, and overall it's pretty cool. There is one problem with it though. When you mount up on some mounts and then you go to dismount, you can see the illusion disappears, and the only way to get it back is to unequip it and re-equip it, which is unfortunate for this particular illusion. I hope that gets fixed. Some mounts that won't happen though, like the Zodar armor. Once again, for Barbarian, you'll see the weapon illusion look just like so. Keep in mind it does vary a bit on the lighting, how you actually see it. Also, the color of the weapon will matter as well. Like on a black weapon, this might look a little bit better at certain angles. If you're reflecting straight into the light, then sure, just all gets widened out. Next up is the Dread illusion. You can see what effect it gives your weapon just there, and when you attack, it's like so as well. You'll see that effect here on the Barbarian weapon too. Very dark. Then we go to the Feytouched illusion. It wreaths your weapon in pink just there, and it's really cool. You can see when you attack, you also get those particle effects. On the Barbarian, you see it like so. I did change the weapon to be black so you can see the pink a bit better, otherwise it gets washed out with the white. From there, the Flaming Illusion covers your weapon in fire, and it does have somewhat of a particle effect as well when you attack. Again, on Barbarian, it looks like so. Then we go to the Floral Vorpal Illusion. This will give your weapon a shimmer, just like so, and give off these petals. But it's more noticeable when you attack, it just gives out more and more of those petals. If you have the weapon black, you will just about notice like some sparkling stars on it. And then, yeah, it still has that same shimmer effect, and those red petals will come off whenever you attack. Next up is the Frost Illusion, covering your weapon in ice. It's very dark though, I would have liked it to be a bit lighter, but then you attack and you get those frost ice particle effects. Once again, on Barbarian, we see that here when you attack, like so. Then we have the Holy Avenger Illusion. This will just cover your weapon in that glowing golden light. When you attack, you do get some particle effects as well, some rays of golden light. And over here on the Greatsword, you can see its effect, and also when you attack. From there, the Holy Vorpal Illusion. So this will make your weapon shine and also give you this kind of halo effect at a certain point in the weapon. So on the hammer, for some reason, it's at the end of the handle. For most weapons, it will be at the front, just as we see here with this sword. Once again, for the Greatsword, you can see how it looks. Just be aware it has the same bug. If you mount up and dismount, the illusion is just gone. And to reapply it, you have to unequip and re-equip it in order to get that back. From here, we go to the Lifedrinker Illusion, covering your weapon in that red blood, much like the Armor Illusion, with also then the red mist surrounding it. When you attack, you don't seem to really get much of visual effect other than a faint trail. Over on Barbarian, we can see how it looks here. Then we have the Lightning Illusion. So that will wreath your weapon in just shimmering lightning. You can see when you attack as well, you get a bit of a trail of that effect. On the Greatsword, it looks like this. But then the Plague Illusion surrounds your weapon in this kind of teal blue light, and when you attack, you get that blue mist trail with it. Once again, for Barbarian, you'll see it looking like so. And then the Prominence Illusion. This one just gives your weapon that shimmering kind of orangish tinge. It's not very prominent, but you can see that there. And when you attack, it does not seem to have any special effect. You can see the same on Barbarian, really not standing out much at all. Then we have the Terror Illusion. So it will make your weapon all pretty much black and then surround it with a blue to white tinge there. You can see it holding it just there. And then when you attack, you do get some particle effects, but not much. For the Greatsword, it's like this, and really this is somewhat of what I expected the Eclipse illusion to look more like. Jet black weapon with then just the outline of blue fire. And then the Vorpal Illusion. This will simply cover your weapon in that shimmering light, and it can be a bit hard to watch sometimes. It flashes too much for my liking, and when you attack, you get a bit of some visual effects. With then on Barbarian, you see the effect here as well, and yeah, just a bit too much shimmering, to be honest. That is ultimately all of the illusions that we can get in the game currently that I know of. And my personal favorite is probably got to be the Shining Barkshield plus the Divine Vorpal. Once again, massive thank you to JC for sending me most of these illusions to create this showcase video. Hopefully this helps you to know what you potentially want to go for to suit up your character. I know it's not the most important thing, but you do kind of want to look good, right? Everybody likes their character to be special and for them to actually enjoy looking at it, as it is a third-person game and you'll see your character an awful lot whenever you play. You may as well make one that you're proud of. But again, the source of these illusions are all over the place. Most of them are no longer available from old ancient weapon and armor enchantments that you just can't create anymore, and so they are getting rarer and rarer in the game. But the devs do seem to be re-releasing some of them, and I assume more and more of them will become available throughout. I may very well make a video showcasing which ones you can get for yourself without, say, spending millions on the auction house. So once again, thanks for watching. A special thank you to all of these channel members for their added support, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.